Good morning, good morning. Sunday, April 27th, 10:52 in the morning, man. You know, another beautiful day, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, man. Be grateful, man. Be grateful, be blessed that you got another day, you know, to live, to enjoy, you know. But now I'm gonna tell you one thing though, right? To get to enjoy life, it's a lot of hard work. I'm not gonna lie, right? I'm not gonna lie. The everyday struggle, or not struggle, I don't want to say that, right? The everyday just life, you know, because we have to go to some of us, you know, we go to these places, right, that we really don't want to be there, you know, and stuff like that. And then we're just in this cycle, right? We're in this everyday cycle. And then not only that, right? Between like work, home. Also too, like, bro, with these jobs, and not only with these jobs, with these bills. Also too, with these bills. Bro, we gotta go to work every day, bro, to pay the same bill every month. You know what I mean? Like, so it's about being wise in the sense of like with your time and what you're doing out here, because although don't get me wrong, right? We have to do something. We have to stay busy, right? Because if you don't do, that's what I tell like the younger, because there's young kids around or younger men around. You know, like I said, I go to the park a lot, take my son to the park and whatnot. And you know what I mean? Sometimes, bro, if you're not doing nothing, and all you seem to get out of life is trouble, bro, ain't nothing wrong with having you a job, bro. There's definitely nothing wrong with having you a job, bro. Because trust me, you don't want to get stuck in this cycle of, like, you know, going in and out of jail, things of that nature, right? And I get it, right? Because we're living in a world, dude, where it's just, unfortunately, it is what it is, right? Out here, at least I'm gonna say it like that. Out here, like in America, bro, you don't have, like, bro, ain't nobody really looking out for nobody out here like that, right? Like, don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure people have their little tight crew, tight little whatever it is, you know, their little circle. But, bro, people ain't really looking out for people like that, right? America has bred, like, not everybody, right? Not everybody. But from what I get, bro, it has bred, like, a lot of, like, selfishness. I, me, this and that, right? Because although you want to believe it or not, bro, I be paying attention out here, bro. It's low-key, bro. Everybody be like, not everybody, right? But the majority of the way society is out here, bro, it's just like, who's first? Who did it first? Who this? Who that? You know what I mean? Like, man, and that's just not a good way of living. That's just not a good way of living, right? I'm not saying everybody, right? But the way that society is projected, the way that just the climate that we living in, that's just how it is, bro. It's all about a social status. You understand what I'm saying? It's all about a social status. It's all about, oh, what kind of car I drive. Not me, but I'm just saying, who got a better car? Who got a better, man, bro, that stuff don't mean nothing, man. You ever paid attention how, for whatever reason, and I'm not saying, like, I'm just saying, right, so and so, they got a better job. They might have just a better looking, I'm not saying me in particular, but I've noticed it, I've seen it. I'm not, you know what I mean? They have a better job, they have probably a better looking spouse or anything like that, right? But for whatever reason, bruh, you have like, you know what I mean? But they just still hate on you. Like the way their life is set up, it's supposedly better. And that's what I keep kind of saying and telling people, like, bruh, there's certain things, right, that although you might think you getting somewhere, or you might think, bruh, money does not define success, bruh, for nothing, right? Now, if you ask me, right, what is success? You know what I mean? Or how do you know if you're succeeding in life? At least, right? Let me just put it like that. How would you know if you're succeeding in life? Obviously, you pay attention to the surroundings. You pay attention to the mindset. And of course, you pay attention to the past and where you are in the present. You know what I mean? Because that's what it's about. It's about succeeding and progressing, but not comparing yourself to others or this or that. Nah. Where were you 5 years ago? Where were you 10 years ago? What were you doing? What kind of person were you? You know, what were you involved in? And then pay attention to what you're doing, what it is that you're doing now. Where you are at now. What kind of mentality did you have before? Did you have that victim mentality, or of just a victim, or of just wanting to blame the next person, blame this person, blame that person? You got to pay attention to those things, right? Pay attention to what, like, sometimes I get it, right? Sometimes we don't know what we want out of life. And at the same time, like, don't get me wrong, it's okay. It's okay not to know. You know, it's not a bad thing. It's okay to not know what you want out of life. You know what I mean? For that moment, or for that moment in time, right? Because also, too, a lot of other things are involved. You know what I mean? A lot of other things are involved in those kind of thoughts. You know what I mean? Also, too, I'm not saying, like, I'm not trying to just discredit and just try to make it seem like, bro, pay attention to the people that you got around you, too. Pay attention to the types, because it's all types of people, right? Pay attention to the types of people, bro, that hold you back. Pay attention to the type of people that every time you mess around with them, they just drain you. Pay attention to the way that you feel after you have a conversation with somebody. You know, things like that are very important. You know. Also, too, if you know somebody that used to be a certain way, or lived a certain lifestyle, and has turned their whole life around now, it's not your obligation, right? It's not your obligation to do these things, right? But also to acknowledge whether it's somebody else or yourself. And congratulate yourself for, or not necessarily you, the next person, for, you know what, you used to, and not to, like, bro, you don't want to be out here judging nobody either, right? But we all pay attention, right? We all have a black sheep in our family. Or not necessarily that we have a black sheep in our family. Maybe you were the black sheep in your family. I know I was. You know what I mean? Certain things, right? Certain things that we do See, like, I'm gonna give you an example, right? Bro, when I'm my younger days, bro, I'm young, right? Don't get me wrong, but you know what I mean? When I was a pup, just a pup, Because don't get me wrong, right? You got to think about these situations, right? Bro, when you're 20, 21, 20, you know what I mean? Bro, you're a baby, bro. You just don't know, bro. You out here trying to figure yourself out. And sometimes, like I said, when you following the crowd, right? When you just want to be like everybody else, when you talking about, oh, well, everybody else is doing this, so let me doing it, bro. With that, bro, you're gonna lose yourself, bro. You're gonna lose yourself in that process, right? Now, don't get me wrong, right? Don't get me wrong, right? I'm gonna just say it like this, right? Some people get lost, bro, but sometimes, bro, maybe you gotta lose yourself in order to find yourself. You know what I'm saying? Now, let me get back to what I was saying, right? For example, bro, I used to be an alcoholic. I knew alcohol. And not only that, bro, alcohol and other substances were a problem to me, right? And people would tell me, right? People would tell me, bro, my health was bad. People would tell me, like, hey, oh, you got a problem. You need to stop doing this. You need to go get help. You need to go do this. You need to go do that, right? Bro, but the minute that I put away those things, the minute that I was able to, by the grace of God, I was able to get off of the alcohol, bro, get off of the other substances, you know what I'm saying? Nicotine, cigarettes, you know what I mean? Just a whole plethora of things, right? The minute that I put those things away, bro, and I would go to like, either like a little gathering, a family gathering, or a gathering with like people that I used to hang out with and whatnot. This was like at a certain point of my time, bro. Then all of a sudden, bro, those same people telling me that I had a problem, bro, telling me that I should do this, I should do that I should stop doing this, were the same people, bro, offering me those very same things that they used to judge me for. You understand what I'm saying? Like, bro. So that's what I'm saying, right? Because people tell you things, right? People try to tell you, like, they tell you what you need to do because they think that you're never gonna get out of that mindset. Because all it is out here, bro, is mindset. It's mindset, bro. You know what I mean? Because like I said, right, when I do certain things, right, when I have indulged in certain things, right, it puts me in a certain mindset, right? Because after one poor decision, I'll bit my tongue. One poor decision leads to another poor decision, and then so on and so forth, bro. Like I always say, bro, it's a domino effect, right? The same people that was telling me that I had a problem, that I should stop drinking and this and this and that, were the ones eventually trying to offer me a beer. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, ain't that some, bro? Were the ones telling me, the very same people that were telling me, oh, you can't do that, you shouldn't, were the same people then trying to tell me, play these mind games, talking about, oh, it's okay, every once in a while, it's okay. Like, nah, bro, when you understand, right? When you understand and pay attention to how something has robbed you of just, of health, happiness, relationships that get, and that's what I'm saying, right? You don't want to live your life in a state of how can I say it? Having resent towards somebody. You know what I mean? You don't want to live like that. That's what I be telling y'all. Evaluate yourselves, your past, bro. In order for you to get to your future, bro, you need that closure in your past. Like I said, whether they're there or not, whether they're there for you to be able to ask for forgiveness, or if not, forgive them for whatever reason. Because like I always tell you guys, 9 times out of 10, I'm not asking for forgiveness for them. although it's genuine, but it's more for me to have that peace of mind, to be able to just, admit when you're wrong, bro, to people, bro, and move forward, bro. And it's okay, bro. I'm gonna tell you another thing, bro. It's okay, bro, to used to hang out with somebody, bro, and it's okay for people to cut you off, bro, and vice versa. It's okay for you to know that, you know what? If I keep hanging around these people, bro, like that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, you don't want to just, these are just examples, right? You don't want to just, bro, you don't want to stop smoking weed, but you're hanging around with people that all they do is smoke weed, bro. It's just not gonna work. It's not gonna mix, bro. Or you don't want to go on the straight and narrow, bro, but you're hanging around with people that are lukewarm, bro, and are doing bad, and just like, bro, it's just no, because eventually, bro, temptation, bro. And see, and this is the thing too, right? About accountability, bro. About stop blaming the next person for what you did, for your action. You decided to do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, bro. These things, right? These things just, it's life, man. It's life. And like I always tell you guys, right? Not to compare, right? But whatever it is that you're going through, bro, someone else is going through even way worse. And not only that, in your own current situation, it could have been worse. It could have been worse, but it's not. So what you got to do is, bro, like I said, right, you accept your responsibilities, right? You accept your responsibility for your actions, bro. You take whatever it is, right? You give what you get. If you're always bad, if you're always negative, everything that you putting out, bro, is negative, is bad, bro. That's what you're gonna attract, bro. When you do good, you receive good. When you do bad, you receive bad, bro. But not only that, like I said, right, open your eyes, bro, and acknowledge that if you're the problem, bro, acknowledge that you're the problem, bro. Because that's where it starts. Like I always say, bro, it always starts with self, bro. And then from there, you start assessing and evaluating, bro, the people you got around you, the areas you got around you. Like I said, when I go to a certain area, bro, I switch it and I go to a certain mindset, right? It's a mindset, right? Because if I go where I grew up back in the day, bro, and all it was, bro, was just trouble, bro. I flip that switch flips like boom. I gotta be on my toes out here. But when I'm over there, bro, on the other side of town, or where I'm in a whole nother state, bro, I don't gotta worry about looking over my back and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying, bro? It's environments, bro. It's people, bro. People, places, and things, bro, that you doing in your life, bro. If you want to do better, bro, or if you want better, you got to do better, bro. The hard work that you put into whatever it is, bro, it's going to pay off. It's going to pay off, bro. Whether it don't necessarily got to be money. It don't got to, that's what I'm saying. Everything ain't about money, bro. It's about, bro, peace, bro. Peace of mind, bro. Take care of you guys yourselves, man. Spend time with your family, but do not take, bro, the beautiful life that you got and the simple little things in life, bro, like just being able to walk outside your door, just being able to open your fridge, bro, just being able to give a kiss on the cheek to your son, to your daughter, to your wife, bro. Don't take those things for granted, bro. And take care of you guys yourself, bro. Take care of your health, your mental health, and take care of your business, bro. Peace.